Guinness. Made of more.
Welcome back. Ayotunde Balogun joins us now with sports news.
That's right. While African champions, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, have gotten what can be termed as a fair draw in the final playoff for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. Now, the much-awaited draw pitched the Super Eagles against the Walia Antelopes of Ethiopia. Nigeria last played against Ethiopia in the group phase of the 2013 Nations Cup when two late Victor Moses penalties gave the Super Eagles a crucial win to advance to the quarter-final stage. In other fixtures, 2006 finalists Côte d'Ivoire will play Senegal. Ghana's Black Stars, who reached the quarter-finals in 2010 of the World Cup, will lock horns with the Pharaohs of Egypt. Nations Cup finalists Burkina Faso will face Algeria, and 1978 representatives Tunisia will take on Cameroon. Now, the first and second leg matches will be played between October the 11th through the 15th, and the return legs from November the 15th through the 19th.
We have Ethiopia. Ethiopia will be hosting the next match in October. What's happened here? It's empty, I'm sorry. Just that you see, everybody. It's been cut, but there's absolutely nothing, eh? And the rival, the opponent for this match, playing away from home first, Nigeria.
Now, while the world awaits more qualifiers for the 2014 FIFA World Cup, well, FIFA's medical chief will push for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar to be moved to the winter to protect the fans. Michel de Goug, the chairman of FIFA's medical committee, will advise the executive committee that the risks of hundreds of thousands of supporters moving between venues in the extreme heat are simply too great. Now, the committee is expected to agree in principle to move the World Cup to the winter, most likely in November and December of 2022, and then embark on a 6-month exercise to hammer out how it will affect the international calendar and the domestic leagues. De Goug's comments come as the United States FIFA member Sunil Gulati has said he was prepared to rock the boat and demand more time before making a decision. Now, in the English Premier League, Liverpool's 100% record since the start of the season came to a halt by Swansea City at the Liberty Stadium as the Reds dropped 2 points on the road. Now, the home team got off to an early start. They got to on the score sheet as early as the second minute when former Liverpool player Jonjo Shelvey took centre stage and found the net. But he was guilty of two horrible errors that led to Liverpool scoring via Daniel Sturridge and Nigeria's Victor Moses in the 4th and 37 minutes. Despite being yellow-carded, Jonjo Shelvey, however, made amends in the 63rd minute of the second half when he set up Spanish international Michu to equalise for the Swans, and even made a fine tackle to deny Liverpool a winning goal late in added time, to the disappointment of Brendan Rodgers, the Liverpool boss, who is yet to secure an away win over his former club, Swansea City. Now, President of the Nigerian Basketball Federation, Mr. Tijani Umar, says the body will not solely pursue the quest for the senior basketball team, the Tigers, to play in next year's FIBA World Championship. Though Nigeria failed to qualify for the African World Championship, they can still join 4 other nations through the wildcard selection in the World Championship to be staged in Spain in September 2014. Mr. Umar told Channels Television in Lagos that the NBBF has no financial power to pursue such quests. And that's in the sports news. Amarachi will be back with the rest of the news at
10. Guinness. Made of more.
Well, straight to the foreign scene, it seems there is no longer any need for further speculation as the UN report has confirmed that there is convincing evidence that sarin gas was used in a rocket attack in the Syrian capital, Damascus. Meanwhile, one of the suspects in the Washington, D.C. Navy shooting has been identified as 34-year-old Aaron Alexis from Texas. Here's Cynthia Arre with more on the day's headlines on the foreign scene.
That's right. Syria is again topping the news, and U.S. allegations that the government was responsible led to threats of military action and then a U.S.-Russia deal for Syria to make safe its chemical arms. World powers will now try to hammer out a UN Security Council resolution. Meanwhile, it was a bloody day at the Washington Navy Yard as at least 4 people have been killed in a mass shooting. Police entered an office building in search of a gunman after shots were fired, and local news agencies have said a police officer was among the injured. It, however, remains unclear how many people were hurt altogether. Then, who says patience doesn't pay off? Well, engineering officials in Italy say they've succeeded in lifting the cruise ship Costa Concordia free of rocks just 20 months after it ran aground. Also, the European Union has pledged 650 million euros at a conference in Brussels to help Somalia end more than 2 decades of conflict. The money is part of a new deal for what is widely regarded as a failed state. Finally, Rwandans are going to the polls to elect a new parliament, with the governing RPF widely expected to retain its huge majority. The party of President Paul Kagame had 42 of the 53 directly elected seats in the outgoing parliament. And there you have it. Those are the top stories on the foreign scene.
Well, thanks a lot, Cynthia. On to entertainment news now. The maiden edition of Native and Vogue is set to take the Nigerian fashion and style to another level. Ogechukwu is standing by with details.
Welcome to Entertainment News. Now, Nollywood actress, producer Ruki Sanda is out with a new flick titled Keeping My Man, scheduled to premiere on the 27th of September. And the movie follows the love story of 3 couples, how they were able to go through heartbreaks and non-intimacy. Now, it features top actors like Ramsey Noah, Iniedo, Mona Lisa Chinda, Alex Ekubo, and other actors.
There is no marriage without issue.
Now, preparations are in top gear for the maiden edition of the Native and Vogue Port Harcourt International Fashion Week, holding in September 20th to 22nd. Now, the aim of the event is to foster this seemingly silent but vibrant Nigerian fashion industry by providing structures which will ultimately be of great benefit to the Nigerian economy. Now, the Native and Vogue project is a 3-day fashion week that primarily brings together already established fashion designers from Nigeria and beyond, who will showcase their wares that will inspire upcoming designers. And musician Young Six has released the video for his song titled First Class. And the talented South rapper who just signed himself a brand new record deal comes through with clean-cut visuals, which was directed by Unlimited LA.
Miss America is Miss New York.
And on the foreign scene, 24-year-old Nina Davuluri has won the 2014 Miss America Beauty Pageant, which took place on Sunday, giving the prize to Miss New York for the 2nd time in a row. Davuluri, the first Indian American to win the crown, is an aspiring physician who defeated representatives from 49 other states, the District of Columbia, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. Contestants were judged on a personal interview, a talent demonstration, an on-stage question, and their appearance in evening gowns and swimwear. And the movie 12 Years a Slave, based on an 1853 memoir of a free black man sold into slavery, won the top prize at the Toronto International Film Festival on Sunday. And the film, by the same director Steve McQueen and starring Nigerian-born British actor Chiwetel Ejiofor, took home the Blackberry People's Choice Award, while the top documentary award went to The Square by Jehan Eugene. And now to the box office. Insidious Chapter 2 found its way to the top of the North American box office over the weekend. Now, the sequel to the 2010 Insidious features Rose Byrne and Patrick Wilson, starring as couples tormented by supernatural forces.
Tell us, what does she want?
Insidious Chapter 2 is expected to bring in more than $32 million in ticket sales over the weekend. And Robert De Niro's latest film, The Family, is another movie that did well at the box office, expected to bring in over $10 million over the weekend. The film co-stars Michelle Pfeiffer and Tommy Lee Jones. That's it on Intimate News tonight. The News at 10 continues shortly.
And the main news again. President Jonathan has called on armed groups in the country to embrace peace as he charged officers to support. I do beg your pardon. Owando PLC has denied allegations of receiving Ibori's assets and said shares belonging to the former Delta State governor is insignificant. And Haiti has threatened to withdraw licenses of operators in the solid minerals sector over non-compliance with legal requirements. Governor Pabio has dismissed the demand by the dissenting PDP governors that President Goodluck Jonathan not contest in the 2015 election. And 12 persons have been killed in a mass shooting in the U.S. capital, Washington, D.C. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks for watching. I am Amarachi Ubana.